She hurt you, and they tell you to forget her, but you can't. Not when her words still echo in your mind at night. Not when the memories play on loop, replaying everything you did, everything you gave, and how she discarded it like it meant nothing. This isn't just about heartbreak, it's about betrayal, confusion, feeling like you were never enough, even when you gave her everything. You're not weak for feeling this. You're human. But if you stay here in this loop, you'll drown. This pain is either going to build you or break you. Comment, I choose peace. Number 1. Stop reacting. When a woman hurts you, you want to react because the pain feels unbearable, but reacting gives her the satisfaction of knowing she still controls how you feel. And the more you show her that you are affected, the more she pulls away with indifference, which is why you need to break this cycle by choosing to withdraw your energy completely and redirect it toward rebuilding yourself in silence, not as a tactic to win her back, but as a way to reclaim the parts of you that you gave up trying to be enough for someone who never intended to appreciate it in the first place. Because the truth most won't say is that she saw your worth. She just didn't care enough to protect it, and now you're left holding the weight of memories, staring at conversations that used to mean everything while she moves on like they never happened. And this is where most people spiral. This is where desperation creeps in. When you tell yourself, maybe if I explain more, maybe if I show her I still care, she'll remember how real it was. But every text you send, every attempt you make, every time you reach out, you devalue yourself further in her eyes because no one respects what they can easily disturb, and you've made it clear that your peace is negotiable, your emotions are exposed, your control is gone, and no matter how real your intentions were, you've become predictable, someone who dances every time she pulls away, and the worst part is that she knows she doesn't have to love you to keep you. She just has to hurt you the right way, make you feel uncertain, leave you confused, throw in mixed signals and watch you self-destruct. And if that's where you are now, stuck in your head, stuck in your phone, questioning your worth based on her coldness, this is your wake-up call to stop reacting and start reclaiming, because the moment you stop reacting is the moment she loses control of the game. When you stop responding to breadcrumbs, when you ignore the bait texts, when you don't even flinch at her attention-seeking moves, you tell her without words that her presence is no longer a reward, that your energy is no longer free. And if she wants to be part of your life again, it's not a matter of sending a hey or posting a photo she knows you'll see. It's about real effort, real respect, and real consistency. But even more than that, this shift is not about her realizing what she lost. It's about you realizing what you gained when you chose peace over access, dignity over desperation, and wisdom over impulse. And if you've ever stayed up wondering if she's thinking about you, if you've ever sat there replaying the conversations, measuring your worth against her silence, understand that every second you invest in hoping she cares is a second you steal from the man you're meant to become, the man who doesn't chase understanding from people who play with emotions, the man who knows that sometimes the greatest act of strength is not showing her you've changed, but living a life so whole that her return is no longer needed. The man who doesn't flinch when the person who used to be everything becomes nothing more than a lesson. And when you internalize that, when you realize that your energy is sacred, your presence is powerful, your attention is value, you won't need to be told to stop reacting. You'll feel it in your bones. You'll see it in how you move. You'll taste it in every goal you hit without her name on your mind. Because this pain you feel right now, as suffocating as it seems, is temporary. But the decision to reclaim your power is permanent. And the moment you stop reacting is the moment you start living again. Not as someone broken, but as someone reborn through the fire she thought would destroy you. As someone who doesn't need closure, doesn't need explanations, and doesn't need to make someone else feel anything to feel complete. And if she reaches out, if she tests you again, if she sends that one-line text after weeks of silence, your silence isn't for her, it's for you. It's proof that you're no longer controlled by the same patterns that kept you begging for someone who was never willing to grow with you. And as you move forward, as you invest in yourself, as you strengthen your discipline, your confidence, your clarity, you become immune to the chaos she once used to keep you tethered. You become the type of person who doesn't chase answers from people who hurt them, who doesn't try to remind others of their value because they live it every single day. And eventually, you'll look back at this version of yourself, the one who almost broke, the one who wanted to send that last message, the one who thought love meant sacrificing your peace. And you'll be proud that you chose you, proud that you stopped reacting, proud that you turned pain into fuel, because real healing doesn't happen when she apologizes. It happens when you no longer need her to. And when you realize that your energy is sacred, your presence is powerful, your attention is value, you won't need to be told to stop reacting. You'll feel it in your bones. You'll feel it every time you make a choice that prioritizes peace over chaos, wisdom over impulse, growth over chasing. And to make that shift permanent, to anchor that mindset deep into every part of who you are, you need a blueprint. That's why the Stoic Relationship Blueprint exists, crafted for men like you, filled with timeless Stoic principles that will not only help you stop reacting, but guide you into becoming the most grounded, clear, and respected version of yourself. And now it's available in audiobook format, so you can absorb this life-changing truth while you walk, jog, drive, or work out. No more wondering if you're making the right decision. This book is yours forever. A lifetime guide you can return to whenever the world gets loud and your mind needs clarity. The link is in the comments. Start listening today and start living the life she never thought you'd have without her. Number 2. Respect yourself. First, respect yourself first. Because the moment you begin to prioritize how you feel, how you think, how you allow people to treat you, you no longer stay in situations that insult your intelligence or beg for attention from someone who shows you none. And when you finally decide to stop waiting for an apology that will never come and instead focus on becoming the kind of person who commands respect without demanding it, everything in your life changes. Because you don't rise by getting validation from someone who ghosted you. You rise when you stop needing it altogether. When you understand that no one who truly values you would keep you confused, guessing and constantly questioning your own worth. And if that's what you've been tolerating, breadcrumb messages, disappearing acts, guilt trips, emotional highs followed by cold silence, then what you've really been doing is abandoning yourself in order to keep someone who doesn't even care enough to stay consistent. And the truth you need to hear is that every time you accept that treatment, every time you reply to her half-effort message, every time you excuse her distance because she's going through something, you tell her it's okay to treat you as an option. You train her to disrespect you because you've shown her you'll always be there no matter how she shows up. And that's not love. That's codependency wrapped in delusion, and until you cut that pattern at its root, you'll keep finding yourself trapped in the same cycle. Different faces, same pain, different names, same confusion. Because the problem was never just her. The problem was that you tolerated her. You put her feelings above your principles, her comfort above your clarity, her presence above your peace. And the moment you reverse that, the moment you put your self-worth above the urge to not be alone, that's when you reclaim power, and the world around you starts shifting the second you start enforcing standards with action. Not just words, when you don't just talk about boundaries, but actually let people walk out if they cross them. When you don't lower the bar just to keep people interested, but raise it until only those who genuinely respect you can reach it. And for the first time in a long time, you start feeling like yourself again. Not the version of you constantly trying to fix things, prove your loyalty, or show you care more, but the real you, the one who has peace even in solitude, clarity even without closure, power even when nobody is clapping. And if you're still thinking that somehow, if you just love harder, explain more, Show how loyal you are, she'll change. Understand this. She knows how much you care, she knows you're available, and that's exactly why she doesn't value it. Because people don't treasure what they don't have to earn, and you've made it too easy for her to play games with you without consequences. Too easy to hurt you and get welcomed back like nothing happened. Too easy to act however she wants because she knows you'll still be there, hoping she'll wake up and see your worth. And if that's not something you're ready to change, then don't be surprised when the same pain keeps returning, because you're not a victim of her behavior. You're a volunteer in your own emotional destruction, and no one is going to save you from that but you. Not your friends, not time, not another person, only you. The moment you decide you've had enough of the emotional roller coaster and start acting like your peace, time, and energy are priceless. And you don't do that by texting long paragraphs or writing emotional posts or posting quotes online. You do it by walking away from disrespect with your head high and your silence loud, by refusing to be available for anyone who makes you feel like a backup plan. And that's when you start transforming into someone she doesn't know how to reach anymore, someone she can't manipulate with a single message, someone whose respect for self has become non-negotiable. And even if she comes back, even if she tries to pretend like nothing happened, your response won't be bitterness. It'll be indifference, not because you don't feel anything, but because you've grown past needing anything from someone who couldn't love you right the first time. And this isn't about punishing her, it's about protecting you, your growth, your future. Because what's at stake isn't just your heart, it's your identity. And every time you allow her back without change, you lose a piece of it, and that's the part no one talks about. The part where you stop recognizing yourself, where you lose the confidence, the edge, the fire, and start living in emotional survival mode, tiptoeing around someone who used to adore you but now treats you like a burden. And that's not a relationship. It's emotional captivity, and you don't escape that by waiting for her to see the light. You escape by becoming the light, by respecting yourself so ruthlessly that you would rather be alone than be with someone who confuses you, hurts you, or makes you question your value. And once you do that, once you start treating your energy like it's the most sacred currency you have, everything else in life starts improving. Your focus sharpens, your drive returns, your standards rise, your relationships evolve, and most importantly, your inner peace becomes non-negotiable, not because you're heartless, but because you finally decided to stop giving pieces of yourself to someone who only knew how to break them. And you'll look in the mirror and finally see someone who doesn't need to chase, prove, or beg, someone who knows their worth without needing a reminder. And that's when you'll realize the power you've been giving away all along was never in her hands. It was always in yours. Number 3, walk away without drama. She stops texting, she pulls away, she starts acting different, and suddenly you're the one stuck trying to figure out what went wrong while she pretends nothing happened. But what really happened is that she got comfortable knowing you'd never leave, no matter how many lines she crossed, no matter how many times she tested your patience. And the only way to break that pattern is to remove yourself without putting on a show. You don't announce your worth to someone who treats it like an option. You don't wait around hoping someone eventually wakes up and decides to choose you. Because every day you stay where you are not respected, you teach yourself that mistreatment is acceptable. And when she sees that you still call, still text, still respond after everything, she doesn't see love, she sees weakness. Because strength is walking away without leaving breadcrumbs, without making noise, without needing her to acknowledge your departure. And that kind of exit is what shifts the entire dynamic, because silence is only powerful when it's tied to indifference, not strategy, not manipulation, not a move to win her back, but a shift in how much you value your own peace over her presence. And that is what makes the difference. Not your words, not your pleas, not your explanations, but your action, the kind that says, I no longer entertain people who can't match the energy I give. And this isn't about bitterness, It's about finally seeing that someone who truly values you would never leave you in emotional limbo, wondering what you did wrong while they test their options. And if that's what you've been stuck in, waiting for replies, rereading texts, making excuses for their coldness, then your solution isn't another message, it's closure through clarity. It's the decision to stop justifying disrespect and finally start honoring your worth through distance. And the truth most won't admit is that she won't come back because she cares. She'll come back when your absence starts disrupting the attention she's used to receiving from you. And that's not love either. That's possession dressed up as regret. And if you fall for that, the cycle begins again, which is why you need to leave without openings, without emotional hooks, without hoping she chases you, because you're not leaving for her reaction, you're leaving for your resurrection. And walking away doesn't mean you never cared. It means you cared so much about yourself that you refused to keep shrinking to fit inside someone's indecision. And even if she posts about being happy, even if she acts like you never mattered, remember this. The louder someone is about pretending they're unaffected, the more they feel the absence in places they never expected to. But that's no longer your concern, because walking away means you stop looking back. You stop wondering if she misses you. You stop waiting for her to get it. And you start becoming someone so focused on healing, building, evolving, that her chapter fades into a story that doesn't deserve a sequel. And this is the point where most people fail. They leave but keep checking. They walk away but keep the door open. They say they're done but respond at the first sign of attention. And all that does is reset the power she thought she lost. So your walkaway needs to be permanent, internal, conviction-based, not performative, not conditional, not reactive. And if you don't know how to do that, start by removing access. Block the patterns that kept you stuck. Delete the conversations that trigger relapses. Set your environment up to protect your decision, not test it, and fill your time with purpose instead of pain, because space alone doesn't heal you. Discipline does. Redirection does. Choosing yourself every single time does. And if the silence gets hard, remind yourself why you left. Replay the nights you cried alone. Remember the gaslighting, the confusion, the constant walking on eggshells, and tell yourself, never again. Because closure is not about getting answers from them. It's about getting honest with yourself. And walking away means you stop romanticizing the potential of someone who repeatedly showed you their reality. It means you no longer chase clarity from someone who benefits from your confusion. And every time you want to go back, remind yourself of how much energy you've already wasted on someone who never gave you consistency. And this is where growth begins. Not with them seeing the light, but with you refusing to sit in the dark any longer. Not with them saying sorry, but with you saying no more, because you don't need revenge. You don't need her to hurt the way you did. You need elevation. You need to build a life so full, so focused, so fulfilling, that her name no longer sparks pain but peace, because you finally healed without her fixing it. And that's the power of walking away. Not to prove anything to them, but to finally become everything you lost, trying to keep someone who never saw your value to begin with. Number 4. Level up quietly. She expects you to fall apart without her, to spiral, to sit around checking your phone hoping she still cares. But when you start focusing inward instead of reaching outward, when you replace the need for her attention with the drive to rebuild your world in silence, everything changes. Because the more you stop making her your motivation and start making yourself your mission, the less power she holds. And the more you grow in private without sharing your moves, the more unrecognizable you become to the version of you she thought she could leave behind without consequence. Because real transformation happens behind closed doors, where there's no audience to perform for, only discipline to answer to. And the minute you stop caring whether she sees your glow up and start caring about becoming the kind of person who doesn't even need to be seen, you begin to free yourself from the emotional cage she left you in, the one built with unanswered questions, unfinished conversations, and inconsistent behavior dressed up as love. And the truth most people avoid is that the only way to escape that cycle is to evolve so far beyond it that she becomes irrelevant to your daily thoughts, your emotions, your decisions. And this doesn't happen when you keep scrolling her page or waiting for a message that never comes. It happens when you stop reacting and start creating, when you stop checking your phone and start checking yourself, because the hardest part about leveling up isn't the process. It's letting go of the fantasy that she'll notice and care, that she'll regret and reach out. But the reality is, if she couldn't appreciate your loyalty when she had it, she won't suddenly cherish it because you hit the gym or changed your profile picture, because people don't value what they're not capable of respecting. And your growth isn't a marketing campaign to win her back. It's a spiritual recalibration to never need her again. And if that hurts, good, let it. Let it burn through every illusion you held onto while she ignored your effort, because that pain is fuel, and it will carry you through the darkest nights when you want to relapse into comfort, when you want to break your silence just to feel something. And those moments will test you, but they will also define you, because every second you choose to stay focused instead of distracted, disciplined instead of emotional, silent instead of reactive, is a second you invest into the version of you she'll no longer recognize. And that's not about her being shocked. It's about you being proud, because you finally chose to build a life that doesn't depend on someone who thought they could leave and return whenever they felt like it. And now you move different. Now you wake up with purpose instead of pain. Now you show up for yourself without needing applause or attention. And it starts small. Making your bed, hitting the gym, reading a book, building skills, stacking wins. All of it adds up until one day you wake up and realize you're no longer the man who begged, who chased, who lowered his standards just to keep someone interested. You're now the man who doesn't entertain confusion, who doesn't waste time on inconsistent people, who doesn't seek validation from anyone but himself. And in that shift, you gain a confidence that can't be given to you. It can only be earned through resilience, repetition, and ruthless self-respect. And by the time she sees the difference, by the time she sends that "How have you been?" text or slides into your DMs pretending to care, you won't even flinch, not because you hate her, but because she's not part of the blueprint anymore. She's a reminder of who you used to be and how far you've come. And if you want that kind of freedom, you have to earn it every single day by waking up and choosing your evolution over your excuses, your future over your feelings, your purpose over your past. And the more you do it, the clearer your mind becomes, the sharper your decisions get, the more magnetic your energy feels, not to her, but to everything meant for you once you stopped waiting for someone to value you and started valuing yourself enough to leave the table when respect wasn't being served. And that's what real leveling up is. It's not loud, it's not public, it's not performative, it's quiet, it's disciplined, it's relentless, and it turns you into someone whose energy speaks louder than any text she'll ever send. Number 5. Set your standard. She tested how much you'd tolerate, how far she could push before you broke, and every time you stayed, every time you forgave without change, you lowered the standard she had to meet. But when you finally decide to raise your standards, you stop begging for the bare minimum and start demanding peace without apology. And raising your standard doesn't mean being arrogant or impossible to please. It means you no longer entertain connections that drain you, confuse you, or disrespect your time. And it means you don't get excited just because someone pays you attention. You get selective, intentional, detached from desperation, because the person who hurt you should never be the same one who gets to heal you. And when you operate from a standard that values emotional maturity, truth, clarity, and effort, you become unreachable to people who only knew how to love you through inconsistency. And that's when everything changes, not when they regret what they did, but when you decide that regret is no longer enough to buy access to your life, because a standard isn't about what you hope they give, it's about what you refuse to live without. And when you live by that, people either rise to meet it or fall off without needing to be pushed. And yes, You will lose people when you raise your standards, but you'll also lose the confusion, the anxiety, the constant second-guessing, and in its place you'll gain clarity, confidence and peace. And when someone new enters your space, they won't be guessing what's acceptable, because your life will be proof of what's allowed and what isn't. Not because you shouted it, but because you live it. And that's the difference between someone who talks standards and someone who embodies them. And the hardest part of this isn't setting the standard, it's enforcing it, especially when you still care, especially when history tries to convince you that comfort is better than growth. But if you fall for that, you end up back in the same place, asking yourself why you keep attracting the same pain in different bodies. And the truth is, you don't attract what you want. You attract what you allow. And the moment you stop allowing disrespect disguised as love, the entire game shifts, because now she can't come back with an apology and expect the same you to be waiting. Now she has to approach a new version of you, one who doesn't tolerate emotional laziness, who doesn't get flattered by crumbs, who doesn't make room for people who disappear and reappear when it's convenient. And the man who sets standards without exceptions is the man who becomes magnetic, not to everyone, but to the right people. And those are the only ones who matter, the ones who don't need to be convinced to act right, because acting right is who they are, not what they do when they're afraid of losing you. And if that's not who she is, you let her go without guilt, without drama, without trying to fix her, because fixing her was never your job. Enforcing your boundary is, and you can't build something solid with someone who benefits from your insecurity, who only treats you right when they think you're slipping away, who only listens when silence replaces access. And if she couldn't respect you when you gave her your best, why give her the chance to waste the upgraded version of you, the one who no longer begs, no longer chases, no longer explains what should be obvious? And when you live by this, you'll find that peace isn't something you find in another person. It's something you protect by refusing to accept anything less than what you know you deserve. And in that space, in that discipline, in that standard, you find your power, because now your love has conditions, your presence has requirements, and your life has direction. And if they can't meet you there, they're not losing you. You're saving yourself. They told you to move on, to stay quiet, to be soft, to just let it go. But what they really meant was stay weak. Because the moment you take control, the moment you raise your standards, walk away without noise, and stop reacting to disrespect, they lose their grip on you. Society doesn't want men grounded, clear, and untouchable. But that ends today. If you're ready to break free from confusion, betrayal, and emotional chaos, grab the Stoic Relationship Blueprint now. This isn't just a book, it's your manual for power, peace, and control. It's packed with Stoic truths they hope you never hear. And now it's in audiobook format, so you can absorb every life-altering word while walking, jogging, or reclaiming your time. This knowledge is yours for life, linked in the comments. Comment, "I choose clarity," if you're ready, like this video, and subscribe to help more men escape the trap and save years of pain they don't even see coming.